Hi everybody, I'm Susan Mulvihill. Welcome back to our vegetable garden in Spokane, Washington, where the hardiness zone ranges from 5B to 6A. Today's topic is powdery mildew, which is a plant disease. I'm going to talk about what it looks like, what causes it, which vegetable crops can potentially be impacted by it, how to prevent it from happening in your garden, and if your plants do get powdery mildew, what to do about it. Powdery mildew is caused by different types of fungi. What does it look like? You'll see white powdery spots mostly on the leaves. It looks like someone has actually sprinkled some baking flour on them. What happens is that the spores land on the leaves and they send something called hyphae into the leaf cells. Think of those hyphae as little feelers. They feed on those cells. This usually occurs when temperatures are 60 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit and when there's high humidity at night. Those fungi do not tolerate high temperatures or direct sun. Powdery mildew can also impact a crop's fruits, like pea pods, for example. So why is powdery mildew a big deal, you ask? Well, it impacts the plant's ability to conduct photosynthesis, and that's how they get their energy in order to grow and produce a crop for you. Which crops can be impacted by powdery mildew? Well, unfortunately, it's quite a lot. They include artichokes, beets, cabbage family crops such as arugula, broccoli and Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, collards, kale, rutabagas, and turnips. Carrot family crops such as carrots and parsnips. Cucurbit family crops such as cucumbers, melons, pumpkins, and summer and winter squash. Legumes such as beans and peas, lettuce, and nightshade family crops like eggplants, peppers, potatoes, tomatillos, and tomatoes. Yeah, that is a lot. And that's why I wanted to focus on powdery mildew in this week's video. During the growing season, you want to monitor the upper leaves of the crops that I just listed, just to be on the safe side. Now in our garden, I typically only see powdery mildew occasionally on squash plants. However, there's something interesting I want to show you. Sometimes a squash plant's leaves might have white blotches on them that are actually the natural markings of certain squash varieties. So what can you do to prevent powdery mildew from occurring in your garden? Well, there's actually quite a few things, so that's good news. If this disease is common in your garden, you might be able to find varieties that are resistant to powdery mildew. Just look for the letters PM on seed packets or plant tags because that indicates the variety has resistance to powdery mildew. The spores can overwinter on infected plant material, so you definitely want to dispose of, as in throw away, any infected plants, because if you put them in your compost pile, that will perpetuate the problem year after year. If you want to grow any crops that I mentioned that are very susceptible to powdery mildew, make sure that you plant them in full sun because they'll be less likely to develop the disease. Be sure to plant potentially susceptible crops appropriately. So following either the seed packet instructions or the plant label instructions, rather than crowding them together. Don't over-fertilize your plants, especially with high nitrogen fertilizers, because new foliage is very susceptible to powdery mildew. Water your plants early in the day so the foliage has plenty of time to dry off. Or better yet, use a drip irrigation system or soaker hoses to put the water right at the soil surface where the roots can easily take it up. Don't water the foliage if you can avoid it. Be sure to rotate crops that are particularly susceptible to powdery mildew every single year. That means planting them in a different location each year because that can thwart those pesky disease pathogens. Now, if powdery mildew develops late in the growing season, I wouldn't worry about it. The fruits on the plants should finish developing normally. However, if you deal with powdery mildew every single year, try using one of these organic products on the susceptible crops. Biofungicides, copper fungicides, horticultural oil, or plant extracts such as garlic extract. As always, be sure to follow the label directions. Okay, that's everything I wanted to share with you about powdery mildew. I hope this video was helpful, and thank you so much for watching today. Happy gardening, everybody!